If you haven't been looking at disturbing things lately, well, there's been this pretty upsetting and creepy horror FPS game that's been announced called Ill. It's looking very different and it went viral a couple of times already. This game is planning on being the most disturbing game out there and for years to come. Not by using jump scares, creepy monsters and sound effects, even though it's using all of these features to the next level, but by being disturbing and intense to the core. For years they've looked at how to make this project feel, sound and look different than any other game. They want us, the players, to feel dirty while playing it, like something's just not right. You can't quite put your finger on it at first. It's not just the gore, not just the creepy monsters, not even the insane graphics. It's something deeper, something that lingers, like a smell you can't wash off. And that's what we're gonna talk about today with the details we have. Make sure you like the video to please the YouTube algorithm gods. You watch a few seconds of footage and it's like your brain flinches. It doesn't want to keep looking, but it can't look away either. And the question is, why does Ill feel so wrong? Why does this game unsettle people in a way that most horror games don't? It's not just jump scares or loud noises. This game doesn't rely on cheap tactics. It's not trying to startle you, it's trying to disturb you. That's a completely different kind of fear. And to really understand it, we need to look at the new details they've given us, at how they're planning to switch things up in the gaming industry. At the heart of it, Ill is about things that aren't supposed to exist. Bodies that don't behave like bodies, faces that twitch the wrong way, rooms that feel off even though everything seems normal. It taps into something primal, something that goes way beyond what a monster or a scream can trigger. There's a concept called the Uncanny Valley. You've probably heard of it. It's when something looks almost human, but not quite. Like a mannequin with slightly too much life in its eyes. Or a face in a dream that's familiar but completely wrong. That's the kind of discomfort Ill leans into constantly with every room, every encounter, and every attack. The enemies in the game don't just chase you, they unfold, they morph, they twitch and jerk in ways that don't make sense. Their movements are unpredictable. Some of them look like they used to be people, but now they're something else entirely. And that transformation, watching something lose its humanity in real time, is deeply uncomfortable even before you start fighting it. If something looks infected or rotting, our brain says stay away, don't touch, don't get close. The walls are wet, the surfaces are corroded, even the lighting feels sick. Everything looks like it's infected with something you can't name. The environment has that rotting from the inside feeling. Even clean areas feel contaminated. There's no fresh air, there's no escape. It's like the world itself is sick. If you're walking through it, it's only a matter of time before it spreads to you. And it's not just visual either. The sound design is constantly grinding into your nerves. You get this low frequency hum, like machinery buried behind walls. Yonder dripping, shuffling, these sounds that barely register until you notice you've been clenching your jaw for minutes without realizing it. And then there are the moments of silence. Those are almost worse, because silence in a horror game doesn't mean safety. You start second guessing yourself. You hesitate at doorways. You feel like whatever's out there already knows where you are. And when things finally happen, they don't follow the usual formula. Most horror games work like a classic experience. You have those quiet moments, tension builds, jump scare, reset. But Ill breaks that pattern. It builds tension and then it doesn't release it, or it hits you out of nowhere just as you start to relax. You're not allowed to get comfortable, it is said, and that unpredictability is powerful. It makes every moment feel like violent. Something could go wrong. It's also on another level. It's not action horror, it's not stylish or over the top. It's said to be raw, messy, and unflinching. When you shoot something, it reacts in a way that's hard to describe. There's no clean feedback, things collapse, limbs twist, blood sprays in sick heavy chunks. You feel it, you hear it, and there's a weight to it that most games avoid. You'll see that most horror games try to let you escape the horror. You're either running from it or fighting it in a way that feels heroic. But Ill doesn't give you that distance. You're in it, you're part of it, and when you kill something, it feels more like a last resort than a battery. Ill, its core, wants to trap you in your own body, like you're not supposed to be in this weird, dangerous place, but unfortunately you're there and you have to survive. It's very difficult to compare this game to something else, but it really reminds me of those VHS horror movies where you can just feel that awkward, creepy tension, that kind of fear and tension you get from those movies. That's a very specific kind of horror. It's not just fear of death, it's fear of being infected, fear of being consumed, fear that whatever this world is, it's already gotten to you. The environments add to that. You're not exploring fantasy worlds or haunted mansions. You're moving through broken down versions of real places, hallways, storage rooms, bathrooms. These are spaces we all recognize, but they've been hollowed out. The lighting is wrong. The air feels dead. There's this constant suggestion that something terrible happened here, and it might still be happening. Even the use of color tells a story. Everything is gray, rust, blood. There's no comfort, no warmth, and that's intentional, because the more drained the world looks, the more you start to feel like you're losing parts of yourself along the way, like you're becoming part of it. And then there's the idea of infection. We've seen hints of it in the trailers and details from the team. There's grotesque swelling, twitching limbs, parasites, organs growing where they shouldn't. There's a theme of body betrayal, of your own flesh turning against you. That's a level of horror most games don't touch, because when a monster attacks you, you fight back. But what do you do when you are the monster, or worse, when you're not sure if it's already started happening? That loss of control, that paranoia, that's what makes Ill special. It doesn't just scare you from the outside, it gets inside your head. And what makes that even more powerful is how little the game explains. You're not being hand-fed lore, you're not getting long monologues about what's going on. You're left to interpret, to notice, to wonder. And that ambiguity keeps the horror alive, because the unknown is always scarier than the known. It's what your brain fills in that really messes with you. What's behind that door? What's making that sound? What the hell is growing out of that guy's neck? The game gives you enough to get your imagination going, and then it just lets you spiral. Even outside of the gameplay itself, the way Ill is presented makes it feel dangerous. The graphics are incredibly detailed, photorealistic, everything feels tangible. It doesn't feel like a video game, it feels like footage, like you're watching something you weren't supposed to see, something you found on a hard drive and immediately regret opening. And that's where I think the real power of Ill comes from. It's not trying to entertain you, it's trying to infect you. And that's not something you get often, not just in horror games, but in media, period. It takes a certain kind of precision to disturb someone and keep them coming back for more. But this game pulls it off because it knows how to tap into the things we don't like to think about, the things we push down: disease, death, mutation, isolation, losing control. And the wildest part is, this is just the beginning. We've only seen fragments, little slices of the game. So if this is how intense it is already, just imagine what the full experience is going to feel like. So yeah, Ill is terrifying and the dev team wants it to be, but not because of one thing, it's the whole package. The imagery, the sound, the pacing, the physicality, the ambiguity. It all adds up to something that gets under your skin in a way that's hard to shake off. Some games want to thrill you, some want to scare you, but this one wants to get at your core and stay with you.